Ultimate Fighter, the Crippler, brash and ready to unleash a big-time beatdown. Chris Lieben returns to take on Jake Rosholt. One of the top collegiate wrestlers to enter the game in years, Jake Rosholt is a star on the rise. But Portland's own Chris Lieben has no intentions of letting the OSU standout spoil his homecoming, and he's going to let his trademark two-fisted attack lead the way.
Jake Rosholt is going to look to come in and put me on my back. The fact of the matter is, after I hit him, he's going to be laying on his back.
Lieben's definitely a tough guy, and I feel if I can leave the cage tonight submitting or knocking out Chris Lieben, it's going to be a big shot for my career.
With 3 national titles and 4-time recognition as an All-American, few wrestlers are as decorated as 27-year-old Jake Rosholt. Unfortunately for his opponents, Rosholt's mixed martial arts game is progressing as well, with wins in 5 of his last 6 professional fights.
I'm ready to get out there and throw down with Chris Lieben.
Still one of the most popular fighters in the UFC today, Portland native Chris Lieben earned that recognition due to an aggressive style that forces opponents to either return fire or get run over. Tonight, the Crippler fights in his home state for the first time since 2004.
The bottom line is, we're fighting in my hometown. You're fighting the Crippler. You're in trouble, buddy.
Jake Rosholt, 5-1 in his mixed martial arts career, 4-time All-American, 3-time national champion from Oklahoma State, where Randy Couture wrestled collegiately. He's been working out in Las Vegas. He's been working with Chris Ben from the UNLV boxing team, as well as Mark Lehman and Cobra Kai. I'll tell you what, he's got all kinds of wrestling credentials. He will be in for a big test tonight against the Crippler.
Yeah, you see Mark Lehman there, who's just putting his weird tooth chain necklace thing on him. Jake Rosholt, ultra-talented wrestler, and that talent really translates very well to jiu-jitsu when you got a great coach like Mark Lehman working with you. And of course, all the people that he's working with in Las Vegas to try to hone him into a mixed martial arts fighter. But as we've seen so many times, that outstanding wrestling base is one of the very best bases for launching a career in the mixed martial arts. He's had 1 fight in the UFC so far. He was submitted by guillotine choke by Dan Miller, who's also a very talented guy. Obviously, he made a mistake in that fight, and he wants to come back strong tonight.
Jake Rosholt came over from the WEC, has been to the 3rd round twice in his career, lost his UFC debut to the tough kid from New Jersey, Dan Miller, submitted quickly. Bachelor's in education at Oklahoma State. He was a wrestling coach. He stands and swings, and if he stands and swings against the Crippler, well, the Crippler's gonna stand and swing back.
Yeah, that's one thing about Chris Lieben. He takes a good shot, and he has devastating knockout power. And in comparison to Jake Rosholt, he's got a ton of experience.
So Jake Rosholt from Sandpoint, Idaho, fights here tonight in the Rose Garden. Born and raised in Portland, Oregon, Chris the Crippler Lieben.
This is the biggest ovation I've ever heard for Chris Lieben. Man, they love him here in Portland.
He's great with kids, Joe. He's great as a teacher. He's very enthusiastic. He loves to teach. And so as controversial and crazy as he was on The Ultimate Fighter, he's pretty beloved here in his home street.
Well, you know, and he's matured a ton since his time on The Ultimate Fighter. He was a young kid coming into that show, and, you know, that high-pressure environment, and you learn a lot about yourself from that, and since then, he's faced some incredibly tough competition, including being the victim for the debut of middleweight sensation Anderson Silva. I mean, he's had some real tough fights in the UFC, and he's matured and grown tremendously. And I think in the last year that we've seen him since his loss to Michael Bisping, I guarantee you he's been training very hard, thinking about it a lot, and we're going to see a new and improved Chris Lieben tonight.
In Oahu, He has his new Ultimate Fight School. He has over 100 students. He was very humbled by the experience, which was Michael Bisping, the suspension thereafter. He owns some free UFC knockout wins over guys like Mike Swick and Benji Radek. In fact, the last time he fought here at home was the win in 2004 against Benji Radek before he competed on the original Ultimate Fighter. Tale of the tape for this middleweight fight is brought to you by the only motorcyclist worthy of being in the octagon, Harley-Davidson. The Crippler is 3 years older, 2 inches shorter, and Jake Rosholt will have just about a 4-inch reach advantage. Once again, here is the veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 5 wins with 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Jake Rosholt. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record of 18 wins with 5 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds, fighting out of Oahu, Hawaii, Chris the Crippled Liban. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Yves Lavigne.
Yves Lavigne, our referee. Portland's own here at the Rose Garden tonight. Against the 4-time All-American. First round of this fight brought to you by Tap Out, an expression of combat known worldwide, now available at tapout.com. The Southpaw, the Crippler, in the red and black trunks. Rosholt in the white trunks. The Crippler looking to set up that big, lethal left hand. Inside leg kick. Yep, stay low, he's setting up. You can hear the corner. Rosholt may be setting up to try to shoot. The chant of leaving here in Portland. I think they're chanting leaving. Wait till Randy Couture takes the center of the octagon.
Rosholt again with that leg kick. Rosholt being very patient, looking for his openings.
Chris being very methodical, Joe. He's kind of pawn, trying to find his distance, find the range. He's kind of throwing out that inside leg kick just to set something else up later in the fight.
Yeah, obviously looking for that right hand.
Starting to engage. You hear the corner of Chris Lieben. The exchange of leg kicks. Rosholt. Got to be very respectful of the power of Chris Lieben. Won his first 5 post-Ultimate Fighter fights inside the octagon before falling victim, as Joe said, to Anderson Silva in Silva's UFC debut.
There he looks for that left hand for the first time.
That's the one that ends fights.
Rosholt landed a good combination there. And look at this. Lieben takes Rosholt down. And you hear Mark Lehman yelling out, control the head. He wants to make sure that Chris Lieben can't posture up and rain down big shots. Hang on to his head.
Joe, when Chris Lieben was asked if he had to come up with a lot of tickets for tonight's return home to fight, he said, yeah, I'm a pretty cool guy. I have a lot of friends. I like Chris Lieben. He is a character, and his personality stood out on the original Ultimate Fighter. And he showed us he could fight. Lost to Kenny Florian, came back when Nate Quarry was injured, lost to Josh Koscheck.
Rosholt is bleeding a little bit, Mike.
The Crippled wants to stay and pressure Jake Rosholt. They're up.
Rosholt
he looks at
back
the
to his
clock.
feet.
That was blocked. Took the blood out of the nose of Lieben, it looks like, Joe.
Yeah, it might be. It might be they're both cut. I think Rosholt might be cut a little bit on his right cheek.
This looks like he's kind of lumbering towards his opponent. He really worked his footwork and his quickness for a while in Hawaii. He said he was playing a lot of 5-on-5 soccer, got away from weightlifting. But he looks more to be more of a powerful guy tonight. Looks like he's looking for the home run hit. That one hurt. Lieben got caught.
And Rosholt's got a body lock on him. Looking for the trip. Unable to get it. Still getting it. There. Moves into mounts. Lieben's in trouble.
Nicely done, Jake Rosholt. He worked very diligently to continue with that takedown attempt.
Rosholt trying to transition to the back here.
All those years at Team Quest for Chris Lieben, he's run through the Lidlands and the Chael Sonnens and the Nate Corys. He eats a knee there. So he's faced off against some incredible wrestlers, Randy Couture, Dan Henderson. So this is nothing new for him. Little slip by Jake Rosholt there. Under 30 seconds. Lieben's looking to bring the thunder. There it is. Last 10 seconds.
Yeah, he's just swinging wild. Man.
The Crippled. No style points there.
You need that. Okay. Heart rate down. Heart rate down. Heart rate down. Deep breath. 1, 2, 1. Deep breath. And 3. Take a drink of water. Let me give you a mouthful. Give me a mouthful.
Nice deep breath.
Okay, okay. Okay, you gotta cut the ring off, Chris. Okay, he's dancing around, he's circling, he's staying outside. You gotta start cutting the ring off like you did at the end when you landed that combination. You cut the ring off and you hit him with combinations. You're gonna have to make him shoot. So he might be now thinking you're gonna come harder and he's gonna start shooting on you now. So be ready for that.
Keep the pressure. Be ready for the hold down and get ready to change levels. Take him down, slam his head, and bring the pressure. That's a beautiful mount. Keep the pressure on this fucking guy.
Body mount, Mark Landon.
Cobra Kai.
Step back a little bit, thank you.
Ariani, Logan, Natasha, Chris Lieben, Jake Rosholt.
Fight!
Round 2. UFC 102, presented by Harley Davidson. Couture and Nogueira coming up later. Jardine and Silva. See if Chris is a little bit more authoritative here.
Good left hand by Rosholt.
Oh, there's the big left hand by Lieben. Over the top. And that one will leave a mark.
Rosholt trying to control Chris Lieben's posture, trying to keep him from passing his guard here. Getting a knee across the body in half guard to keep Chris Lieben's body away from him. He's trying to get the full guard here. He does.
Talking about MMA since he was in 7th grade, Joe. UFC tonight, WEC. The Cowboy, Donald Cerrone, taking on Henderson. October 10th from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, live on Versus, 10 in the East, 7 in the West.
And if you've never watched the WEC, some of the most talented lighter weight fighters in the world. Incredible fights in the WEC.
Jake Rosholt making the move from the WEC to the UFC.
Watch that kick in the face.
Yeah, originally the WEC had welterweight, middleweight, and light heavyweight as well. Since then, those fighters have all been absorbed in the UFC. And the most talented 135, 145, and some of the most talented 155 pounders in the world fight in the WEC.
Watch that.
Lieben trying to keep the pressure on here. Trying to impose his will on the 4-time All-American and the 3-time national champion.
Rosholt just kind of holding on from his back. So far, not looking like he's trying to set anything up. He might be just trying to get a stand-up here. Hold on.
Right,
And the referee standing back up, yeah.
Step back, sir, face me.
Lieben looks at the clock, midway point of the fight. See if Lieben throws the big left hand again, Joe. There it is. Nice kick.
Yeah, Rosholt's doing very well on his feet. Lieben's so casual about the way he throws that kick.
Seriously. The inside leg kick, he just kind of whips it out there, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's like a la-di-da. Goes to the head.
There's
Big
the
left
big
hand.
left. See those casual inside leg kicks set up a huge attempt for the head kick.
Yeah. And the big powerful left hand punch.
Foot stomp. And again.
I'll hold the cage.
Lieben turning up the heat here. Chris's conditioning has improved greatly throughout his career.
Rosholt taking it to him. Got the takedown.
Rosholt trying to pass.
Past the half guard already.
A lot of time, Joe. Minute remains in round 2.
He's looking for an arm in guillotine. I think I hear pass, Darce pass, which means he's trying to set up a Darce choke. He tried to he turned his arm underneath looking for it.
Lieben with those up kicks and right back to half guard.
You hear explode to the mount from Mark Lehman.
The left foot, he was trying to loosen up the guard of Chris Lieben, get that right leg free. And Lieben's up. Joe, I don't know if you noticed, but when they were down, the bruises on the left shin of Chris Lieben. Big exchange at the end of the round.
Let it go, guys.
Yeah, I can see those, Mike, on the left shin.
Yeah.
And there's the left hook of Chris Lieben. He tried with that left high kick, partially blocked, but then sunk a left hand in afterwards.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's
nasty.
called checking a kick.
Okay, you did much better. You cut off the ring a lot better, and you gave him combinations. You got to cut off the ring again. You got to engage and start those combinations. When you start landing, he's flinching and backing up. So you got to keep the pressure on, just like you did. You put him into the cage and keep the pressure on. You did a great job standing up, but you're going to cut him off, keep the pressure on.
He thinks you're going to trade. We need the takedown now, and we need a dominant round. You have to finish him this round. You understand me? I need the finish this round.
Fill your lungs. 2, 3 deep breaths.
He's dead tired. He's dead tired.
Or getting a
Just
kick
step back
checked.
a little bit. Don't touch
Either way,
the black line. Don't touch it, please. Thank you.
that's Muay Thai
Last
101
round.
there. The
Last
shin
round,
all
Mr.
banged
Lieben.
up. That will not slow down Chris Lieben.
Fight.
Third and final round. Born and raised right here in Portland, Oregon. The Crippler, you know he wants a huge highlight reel knockout. His first fight in Portland since 2004, when he knocked out Benji Raddick. Good takedown.
Good takedown by Rosholt into half guard.
Timed it perfectly, Joe.
He's got over under control, and he's looking to pop that left leg out.
Push with your right leg, explode with your left.
He's trapped the arm. He's trapped the right arm of Chris Lieben. Chris got it free. He's moved in the mount. Back to half guard for Chris Lieben.
Good ground and pound. Mixing it up.
Good elbows from Rosholt. He's turning towards him, mounted.
Lieben's got to be careful here.
Rosholt's trying to take his back. Big punches from Rosholt.
Jake Rosholt trying to take control here in round 3.
Good defense so far by Lieben. But Rosholt on top, arm triangle.
Oh no. Looking to choke out Chris Lieben. Jake Rosholt.
He's tapping.
Not
He's gonna
yet.
go to sleep. He's out. He's out.
It is all over. Jake Rosholt
Look at him kicking.
chokes out Chris Lieben.
Outstanding performance by Jake Rosholt. He got to the position, isolated that arm against the head of Chris Lieben, and put him to sleep.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability. Take a look at it.
And Mike, you see, as soon as he isolates that arm, you see that? He just pops that knee over to the side. Big mistake by Chris Lieben in letting that happen. Rosholt tightens down, gets all his weight on, and see, Chris is trying to tap, and he goes to sleep. And you see it again here. Rosholt turning the corner like a clock, putting all that pressure and leverage against the arm and the neck of Chris Lieben. Cuts off the blood to the head, and there Lieben's out cold. And when he woke up, you see him start to kick and twitch.
Great performance by Jake Rosholt, winning for the first time in his UFC career. Bruce Buffer has the official decision. A disappointed Chris Lieben, but he gets a nice round of applause here tonight from his friends and family in Portland. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 30 seconds of the third round, declaring the winner by submission, Jake Rosholt.
The winner by submission.
All right, I'm here with a very happy Jake Rosholt. First UFC victory. It's the voodoo chain, right?
Finally, a good fight inside the octagon.
Very tough fighter in Chris Lieben. Very tough fighter in Chris Lieben, and you got that arm triangle. Let's take a look at it up on the big screen. Beautiful transition there. You were on top, you had his back, you isolated that arm, slipped your leg over the top, and locked it in.
Hey, thanks BJ Penn. I watched a lot of his footage.
Well, it's got to feel good to get that first victory inside the octagon.
Feels great. I want the last one back.
Well, you can't have it back, but you can have future victories.
Yeah, right. I'll get it back someday.
All right, congratulations, awesome performance. We look forward to seeing you again. Jake Rosholt, ladies and gentlemen.
Jake Rosholt wins with the BJ Penn. He chokes out Chris Lieben and reigns supreme here tonight in Portland.